Hey guys, welcome to the Max Invest YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be doing a weekly update on what's happened in the cryptocurrency markets, and then we're going to be looking at a couple of specific cryptocurrencies, such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, and Avalanche. Of course, if you enjoy the video, remember to like and subscribe to the channel, and remember, nothing in this video is financial advice. So, as we can see, the cryptocurrency markets have been trading relatively flat. Bitcoin and Ethereum have essentially done nothing for the past week, and they are the same price over the week, which is interesting and it is good in my opinion, as I do like to see some consolidation at these higher levels before we move off to the next prices. Anyway, let's take a look at some of the news that happened in the past week of cryptocurrency. The first piece of news is that there was a minor bug in the Ethereum client. Now, this news wasn't too big, as it was pointed out almost instantly by crypto Twitter, and it was fixed almost instantly. However, the breakdown of what happened is that essentially a couple of Ethereum validator nodes were running an older version of the Ethereum client on their software. Now, what this resulted in was a few problems in the Ethereum network, and these validator nodes actually needed to quickly update their nodes to continue running the network. If they didn't do this, the problems wouldn't have been too bad. However, they instantly did this, and this was good, and the problem was resolved. Now, there was some more news in the Ethereum ecosystem. Essentially, NFTs have been going absolutely parabolic right now. The CryptoPunk floor has gone up to $400,000 per CryptoPunk, and this is on the back of news that Visa bought a CryptoPunk to add to their digital collection. Now, personally, I'm staying away from the NFT space right now, as I do believe a colossal crash will come in for the NFT space. Now, also, another thing to note is that when there's a big crash in NFTs, I don't think this will influence Ethereum that much. This is because the main thing being run on Ethereum right now is still decentralized finance, and I do believe decentralized finance is growing at a much more steady pace and is much more steady than NFTs right now. Of course, there are a whole bunch of other stuff run on Ethereum like NFT gaming, and I don't believe NFT gaming will have that big of a crash either. I think the main crash is going to be in a lot of these JPEG piece of art NFTs like CryptoPunks. However, we will need to wait and see what happens. Now, as you may know, a couple of weeks ago I did a video on how layer 1 cryptocurrencies are going parabolic. This has not changed, and these layer 1s continue to skyrocket. Solana, Avalanche, and Cardano just continue to go up, and I really do think a correction is going to come in for these cryptocurrencies sometime soon. Speaking of Avalanche, there was even more big news surrounding Avalanche this week. Essentially, Avalanche have $1.5 billion worth of total value locked in their ecosystem. Of course, this is nowhere near Ethereum's value, however, this is a big milestone for Avax. Essentially, the way Avalanche have done this is they're essentially offering people free money for using the Avalanche protocol, and this has brought in a lot of new users. However, this doesn't come without problems for the Avalanche network. One of the big problems that was happening is a lot of individuals had a lot of money in Avalanche and they were staking their Avax tokens. However, these individuals had very small and not very good computers. As a direct result, a lot of the high stake net worth individuals couldn't run the transactions for Avalanche, and it caused the network to drastically slow down at a point in time. So, the reason I'm not going to be investing too much in Avalanche is essentially because of this. Avalanche hasn't been battle tested like Ethereum. We already know Ethereum can run hundreds of thousands of transactions every single day. However, Avalanche just hasn't been battle tested just yet. And when Avalanche's network started getting really overloaded, it started slowing down tremendously. And I do not know if Avalanche is going to be able to scale up enough into the future to keep up with network demand. So that's some of the news about Avalanche in the past week. Now, the last bit of news that I want to briefly discuss is that Michael Saylor has continued to buy Bitcoin. Every single day, Michael Saylor is taking on more and more debt to buy as much Bitcoin as humanly possible. Now, what I was thinking at the beginning of the year was I was thinking, okay, Michael Saylor is buying a ton of Bitcoin right now. Presumably, a lot of companies are going to come in and join Michael Saylor. However, 6 months later, it still seems like a one-man army where it's just Michael Saylor buying buying more and more Bitcoin, which is interesting to see, and overall I don't think this is too bullish for Bitcoin anymore. This is kind of just expected and it keeps on happening. If we take a look at the cryptocurrency markets, we can see that Bitcoin is sitting above the bull market support band and it's about to close above it for the third consecutive week. In my opinion, if we see Bitcoin come back down, test the bull market support band and once again ride back up off it, we are in for new all-time highs sometime soon. So it does look like the bull market's continued. In my opinion, I thought it was going to last a bit longer of sideways trading. However, we have had a nice U-shaped recovery and it will be interesting to see if we can break those all-time highs. Of course, one of our favorite cryptocurrencies on the channel is Ethereum. And Ethereum's chart is looking very similar to Bitcoin, however Ethereum is just outperforming Bitcoin right now. Ethereum's well above the bull market support band and I do believe it's going very well right now. Historically, a price of $3,300 per ETH token is actually a very, very high price. Even though we are below those all-time highs, I would say Ethereum is doing very well. It's looking very healthy, it's had a consolidation period, and I do believe it can eventually get back to those all-time highs. Of course, there's a lot happening in Ethereum right now with the NFT mania, DeFi mania, and a lot of stuff happening with Ethereum, so it will depend on the fundamentals a lot to see if we can actually get to those new price levels. The next cryptocurrency that we like to look at on the channel is Chainlink. The reason I love to look at Chainlink so much is because it's a fundamentally sound cryptocurrency, and I do believe it's going to do very well into the future. Of course, Chainlink is my second biggest holding after Ethereum, and I really do love Chainlink. As we can see, Chainlink is just consolidating on the bull market support band right now, and a lot of people have been saying, why hasn't Chainlink gone up so much? Chainlink hasn't gone up as much as some of the other cryptos like Solana and Avalanche, and why is that? Well, I would like to remind people that essentially 1 month ago, Chainlink was at $13. At that exact time, I said there is a lot of support around the $13 mark, and it does look like we will bounce back from here. Of course, we have bounced back from here, and we are going very well. We're essentially up 100% from a month ago. If Chainlink was going even more parabolic, there would be a crash coming like there is for Solana. So overall, I do believe that Chainlink can continue to do this run up slowly and just take its time, trade sideways a bit, and eventually push above the bull market support band. I am very bullish on Chainlink over the long term, and I do think its gradual price rise is very healthy. Of course, I do believe that $25 is a very good price for Chainlink, and I do believe it is relatively undervalued at these price levels, which is definitely a good sign. Now, the last cryptocurrency that I briefly want to take a look at is the Avalanche token, and this is because Avalanche has been going absolutely parabolic, and I do want to assess if it's actually worth looking at. In my opinion, Avalanche's price rise has probably been a little bit unsustainable. Avalanche has gone up too quickly, and I do think it's going to come back down. Now, the main reason I do think of that is because Avalanche essentially announced a $300 million program where they just give people money for using Avalanche. Now, this program has almost run out and it's only been a month. Once this program runs out, I do believe the network demand for Avalanche is going to drop off significantly. Avalanche has a few DeFi applications on it like Benqui, Trader Joe and Pangolin, and I don't believe these DeFi apps are actually that competitive when you compare it to Ethereum. Right now, these apps are offering very, very high yields, but they are offering it on coins that are probably going to go to zero. Whereas we do know that Curve Finance and Aave can also offer very high yields, however, their tokens are going to continue to go up over the long term. So, overall, I do believe the Avalanche ecosystem is going to struggle to compete with Ethereum a lot. There are a few problems with it, such as the fact that it's been struggling to keep up with network demand. It's not as decentralized as Ethereum, as it's a delegated proof of stake network, and there are a couple of minor problems with it. However, it clearly is quite a good network, and it clearly definitely does have some value in it for those who want to use it. However, personally, this price rise has been too parabolic. It does look a little bit publish, and I probably will stay away from it. The last time Avalanche had this parabolic price rise, it immediately dropped down from the $60 mark, and it corrected 84% from high to low. Of course, it's back up at those prices again, however, I wouldn't be surprised to see the same story play out. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, remember to like and subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching the content.